All right, so before I introduce you, I want to make sure that we have the stream live, the audio is good, that you guys can hear me, and we should be set to go from that point. Just want to get a confirmation from you guys really quick. I always get taller when I sit cross-legged. Camera's not ready for it. Okay, cool, awesome. Well, hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Anne Marie. I'm currently here in the Alienware studio with a special guest. Please introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Hi, I'm John Pearl. I'm the design director at Gunfire Games, and I brought Darksiders 3 with me today to check it out.
And I heard we have a build that hasn't been shown yet?
We've shown this area a while back.
Okay, a while back.
There's a little bit of new stuff here and there. Obviously, as the game's finished at this point, so there's a little bit of new stuff since the last time we showed this.
So tell us a little bit about Darksiders. I know you and I had a conversation about it off camera, but for someone who's unfamiliar with this series, myself, and before I get ragged on, it's because I haven't played video games when I was growing up. Okay, just have to state that. Tell us a little bit about the series and what's happening in this game.
Well, Darksiders follows the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. The first one started out with war. The second one was focused on death. This one focused on fury. It's a part of like a bigger Darksiders universe we've been creating through the games. But each game always focuses on a specific horseman thus far, to kind of tell their story of kind of what's going on at the same time. Because they're separated.
Oh, that's actually kind of neat.
So you kind of see what's going on, and there's a lot of like intertwined narrative between all the games at this point. But we did approach this one with the idea in mind that a lot of new people would probably be coming to the series for the first time. So at the same time, it's a very self-contained story, but people familiar with it should have a lot of fun seeing all the little nods and winks we put in there.
Yeah. I like that. I like that idea. So you're saying there could be a fourth.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, so, you know, buy the game, love the game, review it well. Could be a fourth. You never know.
Yep.
Awesome. So I know you skipped the beginning a little bit. And I wasn't watching because I was doing work emails because that's what I do. Very boring now. But tell us a little bit about how the game starts. Like, I understand War with Fury. But how, like, what's going on? Like, I don't know what we're doing right now.
Gotcha. Fury is at the very beginning is set out to tasked by the Charred Council, who is for those who don't know, is a group that's been tasked to keep the balance between heaven and hell, good and evil.
Okay.
And the Four Horsemen are their enforcers. So basically, if something's going wrong, that looks like it would shift the balance, the idea is that they send in the Four Horsemen to kind of straighten them out.
Okay.
In this case, the game starts out and the the 7 sins have been released,
oh, good,
or escaped. You know, we'll find out what's going on there. But they were imprisoned, and they've been released onto the world, and so Fury's tasked with taking them all down.
Cool.
And one of the key points early on is that previously it took all 4 horsemen to do it, and she's quite confident in her abilities. Which plays a big part into the overall story. She's quite confident in her ability to just take care of it herself and prove herself worthy.
Oh, so it's one of those deals. Got it. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And just a preference, this is a build. This is not a final game.
Right.
So if I break anything, like you know that I do, it is not their fault. It is mine. It is definitely mine.
We still have time to fix it. You should find something. Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay, so should we level up first or just jump right into it?
You can. Yeah, that'd probably be the best choice.
Okay.
So I've cashed in the souls you've collected thus far.
Okay.
And you have 6 attribute points you can spend however you like. It's pretty straightforward. It's health, strength, and arcane, and there's little descriptions I'll let you.
Oh, very nice.
Look over on the lower right hand side to kind of tell you what's what. And it really depends on the kind of player you are. Like if you want to be a little bit more tanky, obviously you put more health in. If you want to just beat things, it's put a lot of points into strength. If you really get good at the counter system, or you find yourself relying a lot more on the wrath moves, you'll end up wanting to go more arcane.
Got it. Okay. So we don't have a frame rate counter. I apologize for you guys. It is a beta or a demo build, not a beta. Sorry. It is a demo build, so we don't have that currently. Y'all getting those screenshots. All right. So I hold Y to okay, to get rid of the fire. Got it. Okay. So where are we?
Oh yeah. So Fury was just pulled into a place called the Hollows, and she spoke with the Lord of the Hollows, and he had given her this fire ability. She starts out the game, she doesn't have any of these hollows, so she kind of starts out with the red hair that we've shown a lot in the promo materials.
Okay.
That's kind of her base form.
Got it.
But then this is just after she got the fire hollow. This is kind of the tutorial area for learning how to use the fire hollow, or sorry, the flame hollow. But yeah, so it's in the previous Darksiders games, it was very focused on you get gear items, you get weapons. In this game, we wanted to really focus on and make the hollows kind of a one-stop shop. So each time you get a hollow, it gives you a new weapon, and then it gives you some new abilities.
Okay, that makes sense. And then you can only have one hollow equipped at a time.
Yep.
Okay. So if you're, you switch and her hair looks different, you obviously are not impervious to extreme heat.
Right.
Got it. Okay. So how would you describe this game to somebody then who's coming into it new?
It's trying to think. It's a game genre that doesn't get a lot of attention anymore. I feel like there's not a lot of games out there like this. It's kind of akin in a lot of ways to the older Zelda games, where it is a lot. Its core pillars are really exploration, puzzle solving, and combat.
Okay.
So it kind of has a mix of those three things along the way as you go through it.
That makes sense. I think I saw an article in Variety that talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, this one is probably a little more akin to like a Metroidvania. In a lot of ways, because the
I assume fight that.
What's that?
Don't fight that. Fight that.
No, that's Volgrim. He's the friendly demon merchant.
Oh, I was gonna kill him.
You can try.
I assume it won't go well.
So this is where you would level up. If you as you kill enemies, you get souls. You can level up by feeding the souls to him, and that's how you gain attribute points.
Okay. So I don't have anything
also
for
buy
him.
items, and the items are down in the lower left-hand corner. You can cycle through.
Oh, okay, yeah. Through these. So explain to me. Okay, healing shards. That makes sense. Nephilim's respite.
Yeah, so that one is your core healing item, and that one, as you kill enemies, you'll see what we call lurchers, which are basically these little screaming skulls. They come off of enemies as you kill them, and they can come in the form of blue, yellow, or green.
Okay.
Blue ones are the currency. Yellow ones fill your wrath bar, which is the yellow bar.
Got it.
And then the green ones are health ones, and they will give you a full charge, basically, of of the Nephilim's respite. So
respite. Sorry.
We go back and forth internally. It's just
where
my brain landed. We go respite.
Works for me. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't mucking that up.
Yeah. So if you're familiar at all with like Dark Souls, it's kind of like an Estus flask.
Oh, okay. It's Estus.
You don't have to go to a campfire to refill it. You can refill it in combat by killing dudes.
Okay. Havoc shard.
So that would fill up your Havoc meter.
Which is the one
that
top
would be
left.
that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Frenzy shard.
Frenzy shard will speed you up for a temporary amount of time, so all your attacks will be faster.
Got it.
And all these items can be viewed too in the in your inventory, and they have little descriptions with a little bit of lore on each one as well. So yeah.
Got it. There's instead of cheating and using the dev, you can do this. Oh. Got it.
Be everywhere at once, so hopefully people can read those.
Yeah, that would be that would be a very long day. Inject the artifact. Cluster.
So there's a tutorial.
So I shatter these.
So you shatter by do one at a time with A or X to shatter all of them of that type, and then those basically again, it's a lot like the Dark Souls concept of you picking up the soldier's soul. Or, can't remember exactly the naming of them.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
You use those. So basically, the idea is you can cash those in when you need to.
Okay. So they just So you don't lose these, and then
No.
I assume if you die, you lose the souls you've collected.
We've done something a little different there, where when you die, a Lurcher Demon will spawn. And that guy will stay there forever, so you can always go back and get him, but you have to get back to him to retrieve any souls that you had loose carrying on you loosely. So basically anything over in the lower right-hand corner would be on him. He'll also, he's kind of a jerk, so any guys you kill around him, he'll pull those souls in too. So you won't, if he's in the immediate area, you won't get any souls until you kill him.
Got it.
And you don't lose them, he just holds them for you.
Somebody says, wait, will we potentially see her Havoc form?
I don't know. We
Maybe.
have not shown that yet, so maybe not.
I don't know where you came in to get into this room.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Is this the way you
came
came?
in from right there. There was like a one-way door.
So I need to go this way then.
So, yeah.
I didn't know if this is the way you had come initially.
Nope.
So I assume it's something with this I have to do? Oh. That was a guess. Sure. Photo mode. Will there be a photo mode in this game?
Not currently with the shipping one.
Or her horse, or until after launch. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up in chat. So red fills up yellow is basically what I think people are asking. So I think the red fills up the Havoc.
No, they're two separate bars.
Okay.
Just like in the previous Darksiders, the yellow bar is the Wrath bar, and the other one's Havoc. It does go red when Wrath is available, and to do a Wrath move, it's left bumper, right bumper.
Okay. Left or right bumper?
Both of them at the same time.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that's neat. Huge fan.
Somebody asked, are those flails or chains? Those are the chains of scorn.
Can I fall off?
You can.
Okay, that's kind of what I was worried about. Glad I asked. Really glad I asked. Crush that. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so I think I kind of understand. I understand what you mean now about it. It's a little bit more punishing. You can't just button mash. You have to actually be mindful of your attack, which I like, but at the same time I'm like, no, I must mash all things. Alright, I don't want to fall off. Let me... do you unlock the 4 hollow powers in order?
No. You can, there's a point in this, around here where you can go a different way and get a different hollow next.
Okay.
It kind of splits off at that point.
Fire is amazing in games. I will take loads of picks in this level. Trying to catch up. The game looks a lot better than it did during the reveal trailer. And somebody wants to see the Apex Scorch. Do I just jump down?
The Apex Scorch. Oh, which one is that? We have some really cool move names, but I can't recall what all of them are off the top of my head.
Oh, there's a chain thing. How do I... Y? Jump and Y?
So you would jump and then hit X. Yeah, there was a tutorial at the early part, and then you hit X again. There you go.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I didn't play the tutorial, guys, so
yeah,
please bear with me.
Because I figured a lot of people have already seen that. That was our demo at Gamescom.
Oh, okay.
As well as PAX. So I noticed on a different one of the Alienware streams it was already played. So I wouldn't let people see something that hadn't been seen in a while.
What is that? How do I roll? Okay. Yep. Just KO'd instant. So, how do I dodge?
It's a right bumper, and if you press and hold. So,
okay.
Like, I feel like a lot of people play without target lock, but if you like target lock, it's LT, hold LT.
Okay.
To do that, we also have an option to toggle that, so you don't have to hold. So it's a little bit more like Souls, where you're clicking on and off.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I definitely recommend for guys like that, where it's a smaller area and he's a pretty tough dude, it really helps to be target lock because you can maneuver around him a lot easier.
So when you have the bigger guys with the like the shield, not the shield, but the armor and the giant sword, how do you go about, especially like, so this game's different. like Dark Souls, I would pick off one at a time, pull them. Is that the same kind of mentality and mindset?
It doesn't hurt to do it that way. That's definitely the safer approach. It's kind of that, and then learning the moves, and it really comes down to like that's a totally good way to play, especially like when you're early in the game and trying to figure everything out. It's kind of a good idea to like grab a couple guys and then fight them down, and then not try to take on a huge herd of people at once.
Okay.
Because the enemies have a lot of maneuvers they can do, like they can block or evade. Oh,
I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, and then obviously they can retaliate from that block. So it kind of puts you in a bad position if you just keep beating on them while they're blocking, because then they can a lot of retaliate like him.
Yeah, I see that now.
Kind of, with those guys, it's almost better to kind of back off for a sec and then or try to get around them.
All right, dodge is this button. I forgot. So when they, like, for example, when he's...
Which is the up D-pad.
D-pad. Tiny hands. Tiny hands! Okay, so when he does the throwing the sword attack, you can dodge out of that, or is that like a homing kind of thing?
No, it's basically an AoE around him, so you can totally dodge out of that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and if you perfectly time your dodge, it'll kind of go into slow motion. You'll see some effects, and then you do your counter.
Okay.
From that, so you can do it with either weapon too. You can do it with the whip or the flails.
How far would you say we're into the game currently?
Like probably about an hour and a half.
Okay. So I should actually, I'm at the point in time where I should know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Like actually, have you used the whip at all yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Cool.
Used it a little bit. Just waiting for that dude to patrol down. Bye bye. Please live. Nope. I guess, yeah, why not? Alright, there you go.
You melded them.
Slowly figuring it out. It takes me a little time. Ugh. Alright, so then I think it's X, jump and X. Oh, that second one I never think I'm gonna get. Okay. Should have saved the rage though. Let me catch up. Play the game. Dan, who's based in Germany, played the demo at Gamescom. 2 hours of standing there in line were worth it.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Never heard somebody say okay so many times in my life. Oh, man, you're gonna have to get used to it. I'm sorry. How about nope? How? Oh. Rude! Okay, at least I spawn over here.
You might want to heal.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. So how you get the respite by defeating enemies. So I could, in theory, go back and farm in different areas?
There's a limit. Like so that's an upgradable object actually. It starts you have 2 charges and it heals for I think 75 health to start with. But through the process of the game, you'll be able to level up both of those stats.
Okay. Somebody else said the Gamescom wait was totally worth it. The gameplay is so awesome, and it plays really well. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm not doing it justice for sure. But I at least am enjoying getting punished as I'm sitting here. There are no finishers. Does something replace this instead? Extra moves or abilities?
We've decided to focus more on the counters. So basically every weapon has a counter ability.
Okay.
As well as there's a close, which is a launcher, and then a distance one, which is a closer usually.
Okay.
So like if you dodge into a guy and do a perfect counter there and launch off a counter from that, I think pretty much all of them at this point will knock them up in the air and kind of like let you like kind of do some air combos on them.
Oh, that'd be neat.
Some free hits.
Okay.
If they're not a huge guy, like you wouldn't be able to do that on a
not on the big
for
guy.
example. But you can still do the counter on them. It just won't launch them.
Does the Lurcher Demon also spawn if you fall or fall down or do you lose your souls then?
No. Basically, like when you fall off an edge, it's a lot like Darksiders 2. We just kind of pop you back to the closest spot, and you lose a little bit of health as punishment.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. But you keep your souls.
Tell us about the 4 talismans we can collect throughout the game.
Nope.
Easy. Moving on to the next one. Is there a limit to farm areas?
Not really. Basically, the world will respawn if you die, so you can always go and get more.
Frick. Again with this?
Oh, no.
I keep forgetting dodge is different.
Yeah, coming from, like, if you play a lot of Dark Souls, it's definitely you want to hit the B button.
Yeah, I definitely want to do that.
So, oh.
Why? Why is this my luck?
No. I mean, one secret is you could put your back to the wall so he can't knock you off the edge.
Yeah, that's
you get behind him.
I was gonna go to the left and hang over there, but I guess no. Let me see. Catch up. Somebody said, "Dear devs and everyone working on this game, thank you a whole lot for the 3rd installment of Darksiders. I saved for the collector's edition, and you guys deserve every penny for your amazing work."
Thank you.
Can you put a big head mode for the game?
We'll see what we can do.
Can you remap, I assume keys or bindings?
I don't believe you can remap on console, but you can remap keyboard.
Alright, so you wait till he hits.
Keys.
I don't think that's good. Listen, sir, I'm gonna need you to stop this nonsense. I'm really glad you didn't put it on very difficult mode. Would have been really bad. What is Strife doing while all of this is happening?
I guess we'll just have to wait and see. He's the 4th Horseman who hasn't had his own game yet, so.
He's just, you know, up to no good. Question, when can we see the Darksiders 4 demo?
I don't know, I want to see it too.
Let's just let you get a little bit of a vacation from after this one first. Anything you can tell about New Game Plus?
Not at this time.
Okay, so it looks like when you respawn, you get back to... Oh, Havoc Farm, cool. Don't enable that.
I'd prefer if you didn't.
I won't. That's why I asked. Figured I'll be nice. You know, it's there. It's there. Just saying. Was first. Darksiders 2 was the first PC game I ever pre-ordered and bought with my own money.
Nice.
Here, I'm actually going to let you play so I can ask you questions and make it even more harder for you.
Yeah.
Because I do want to, we actually have an active chat, which I was not
that's cool.
anticipating. So I'm now going to be you, and I'm going to answer all these questions.
Cool.
All right. Are there difficulty levels?
Yes. It's trying to remember. We just recently gave them like names. Story is the easiest, balanced, challenging, and then apocalyptic.
Okay. Any tips about for farming souls, or you call them souls? Yeah, souls.
Yeah,
okay.
Souls or lurchers. I mean, we kind of go back and forth.
Got it. And
I mean, really, I'm trying to think if there's any good tips. Actually, yes. I don't think I'm trying to think what we've talked about, what we haven't talked about. There are items in the game that you can equip.
Okay.
That will get you more souls per kill, and that would probably be the most efficient way to do that.
Okay. Let me actually catch back up quite a bit. Big Head DLC confirmed. Let me catch up. Darksiders 2, not so much a question, just a comment. Darksiders 2 was the first PC game I ever pre-ordered and bought with my own money. Is this your new favorite Darksiders game?
Oh, that's hard.
Sophie's choice, essentially, right?
Kind of is. Worked on all of them, but I don't know. There's something really, I feel like, special about this one, because we took such a long break from it. There was something really special about the first one too, and not to take anything away from the second one even, but like Darksiders 1 was it was a long process, and it took us a long time to get what we eventually shipped. It was just a lot of learning. A lot of us hadn't worked together before. Some of us had, and then it's really, I don't know. This one's really good. I think this one sits up there pretty easily with the others. So I don't know. It's hard to say. I like them all for different reasons.
Understandable. Somebody said, I have a question not about Darksiders 3, but I would like to hear the answer. If you would have a chance to get the Legacy of Kain IP, ooh, interesting, and remake it, would you do it?
Woof.
Woof.
That's a tough one. Because, I mean, like, it's a very similar series, so it's like, it would be kind of in our wheelhouse, but I know that, like, even just coming back to Darksiders after all these years, like, there's a lot of built-in expectations, and when you didn't do those expectations, or you didn't fulfill the expectations in the first place, like in a Legacy of Kain game, I don't know if like we could do. I'm sure we could do something cool with it, but at the same time, I don't know if we'd do exactly the justice that people would want from it. But the opportunity came up, and all the stars aligned. Sure, we'd give it a shot.
Hoping Strife gets a gunblade, just so you know. How long is the game in general?
I think we're clocking in around 15 hours, very similar to the first one.
Okay. And I assume that's on normal, not story mode. Obviously, not the harder difficulties.
Probably, it's around there. Yeah. It depends how good you are at the game, really. If you're really good at the game and you know exactly what you're doing, it would take a lot less time. But kind of going through and learning the boss patterns and learning where stuff is, and it depends how much of the side stuff you want to do.
Make it look a little nicer back here behind me. Can you talk about the different environments?
Yeah, obviously this is an area we've kind of shown before, the Hollows, and we showed kind of the city section in the Gamescom demo. And we've also shown kind of some of the subway stuff, which is the Nether. There's a couple other areas we haven't shown yet. I don't want to go too far into them because they're a really cool.
I don't want to get you in trouble, but
reveal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I give a name, the Bone Lands.
That's kind of neat.
People excited, so that's another area that we have not shown yet.
But it exists, and that's what matters. Let me catch up. Are you still working on the DLC?
Oh yes, we're kind of just getting started in a lot of ways. I am terrible at this jump because I'm distracted. So
no, I'm trying to make this hard mode for you right now.
Yeah,
like you have to suffer as well as I did.
Oh my gosh, never mind. It's totally doable. This is embarrassing.
Is there a nightmare mode? One
Dylan,
light. Did you just die?
No, he said I'm embarrassing him. He's one of the devs.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's always giving me so much smack.
Good. That's what coworkers are supposed to do.
Yeah.
Nightmare mode, does it exist? One life type of deal.
No, we're not shipping with that, but that's obviously if there's the huge
ask for
demand for it. Yeah, we could possibly look into doing that in the future. Also, I just went behind a waterfall, well, technically a lava fall, to get a secret, which all good secrets are behind lava falls or waterfalls.
As they should be.
Yes.
Will there be a lore like Crowfather in Darksiders 1 and 2 that tells the journey thus far with our progress?
Shoot at me. No, we don't have that element.
Okay. Who is doing the narration in this time?
believe it's the Lord of the Hollows for any narration that occurs.
Okay. What info can we get about the DLCs?
DLC 1 will be the Crucible, as we've announced. So it's people familiar with Darksiders 2. We're kind of trying to step it up in some ways a little bit. We're not talking super specific details, but it's basically kind of a endless combat arena where you can earn items and fight lots and lots of guys. So you want to get good at the combat before you take that on.
Understandable.
And the other one is the Keepers of the Void, which is a little bit more of similar to some of the other DLC that was in Darksiders 2, where it's kind of a little a side story element.
Okay.
Or something a task Fury sent on to. I'm trying to think now how we described it to basically Volgrim, the merchant, ask you to cleanse the serpent holes because some strange grouping of creatures has moved into it, and he's basically asking you to clean that out. So Fury goes and does that for him.
Okay, that's kind of neat. Twofold question: why the whip?
It's each horseman kind of has their unique their look, and that was one of the ones. That was the thing that was kind of interesting about her when she was first designed. War has this giant Chaos Eater. Death has his scythe that turns into two scythes, and then she has a whip, and then Strife has his two guns.
Cool. Is leveling up the whip the same as in DS1?
No, it's different.
Okay. What is the most challenging part of developing Darksiders 3?
Boy. It's a tough one. Oops. I totally spaced out for a minute. Thinking about the question. I missed the puzzle. So I'd probably say that a lot of it is just getting all the elements together. Because there is the puzzles, the combat, the exploration, and making that feel good and getting the pacing for all of that down.
Dylan says working with me.
That's why it took me a minute. I'm like, well, obviously it's working with Dylan's the hardest part, but the second.
But he didn't want to say it. You know?
It's like I was like, "Ooh, how do I dance around that?" But I'm glad he said it.
Okay. We won't rag on Dylan anymore. How do we switch armor sets, and will there be any more cosmetic ones in the game?
Yes, there will be more in the DLC, and there's also pre-order. So get your pre-orders in now, folks. And it's there's different ones per console. There is just I suppose I can show this. No, it's in the inventory. There's a armor slot. That's basically her base armor there.
Okay.
So that's where people will find their DLC armor or their pre-order armor. I'm sorry.
Okay. So since Death and War both got something from Strife, his guns, will we see Fury getting something from Strife too?
I'm not gonna say. Maybe not.
I'm okay with that. Oh crap. Why does chat keep scrolling down by itself? Are there more bosses than only the 7 sins?
Yes.
Okay. Are there bonuses to alternating moves / weaving different weapons together?
Yes. It's always a better choice to do these type of crossovers because you're always going to get more damage out of them. We did that to kind of encourage the people to try out the different weapons and see what really fits their playstyle.
Okay. Why did you take away the map and minimap?
Well, there's a couple things with this game. It's much more. With the previous ones, the game was very much kind of flat. There was obviously floors, even like in Darksiders 1, like the church level, the Twilight Cathedral had like a basement and an upper area. But this game, it didn't make as much sense because I think the world really intertwines back on itself.
Okay.
And for one thing, I don't know how useful it would be because it would kind of look like spaghetti in a lot of ways.
Understandable.
But then also, we kind of wanted to encourage people to look more at the world. So we tried to create a lot more iconic visuals to say
this is where you are.
Yeah, kind of like a Metroidvania. You kind of come back to different areas you've been to before from different vantage points, and we try to make sure that those when that happens, you get that like key reminder, like, oh wow, I know where I am. Oh, I'm up here now, or I'm down here, or how did I get over here?
I do like that it's like, oh wait, I did this really convoluted path, but I'm now overlooking, you know, the starting point of where I was in the game.
Yeah, and it kind of lets you mentally
I like that.
figure out like where things are in relation to each other, and you can kind of start making your own path through your head, like, oh cool, I can go this way. And then there's also we have a lot of secrets hidden throughout that are kind of off the beaten path, and I do feel like in some ways if you had a mini-map just telling you exactly where everything was, it would kind of give some of those away. And it's a lot more fun, and it's a lot more rewarding to discover those.
Cool. Can you mix hollows mid-combo?
No.
Okay. I'll answer this question for you. How long is the game? Play hours? Roughly about 15 as of right now, and that's on normal, not on story mode or harder difficulties. What about the horse?
Horse right now.
Okay, I'm fine. We got a lot of questions about the horse.
Yeah.
So I'll know to skip that. The game will have DLC. You said 3? 2.
2.
2. Okay.
2 currently planned.
Yeah. Does it run 30 FPS on consoles or 60 FPS?
It's gonna be 30.
Okay. When did you finally reveal the Storm Hollow? When will you finally reveal the Storm Hollow? We all know it exists.
I don't know what a Storm Hollow is. It sounds really cool though. Maybe we
it
should
sounds
put that
really
in the
cool.
DLC.
I don't even know what it is. Had a big vibe when I was playing DS2, so I really like that you guys made one who actually could do a remake. Thanks for the answer.
What's that?
LOK?
What's that?
Legacy of Kain.
Oh.
I had a big Legacy of Kain vibe when I was playing DS2, so I really liked you guys. Okay.
Cool.
That was the person who asked if you would do it.
Oh.
Now that it's all circling back now.
Totally.
Okay. Sorry, I'm answering these way out of order. Boneland sounds like my home.
I'm sorry.
Who was the first at the office to beat the game?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm sure Dylan will say he did.
I'm sure he'll let you know. Oh my god, they're just starting on the DLC. That's a relief compared to other games these days. So it's interesting. Is that something normally you guys focus on as a dev company? Like, okay, we have the game. Now, you know, what's next? Do we do the next game?
Yeah.
Do we do the DLC? Do we polish?
Yeah, I mean, realistically, like we're a pretty small studio, and like I think.
When you say small, how many people?
Studio in all is like middle, somewhere 65.
Holy crap! Okay, yeah.
But we are working on 2 games. We're working on Darksiders 3 as well as Remnant from the Ashes.
Oh crap! Okay, yeah. So quite a
which is a third-person shooter, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's co-op, and so it's kind of a different game. So I think I think we had like around 40 at the max on Darksiders. So it's to be honest, it's about half the dev size of Darksiders 1. And maybe a third of the size of Darksiders 2 size. But it's one of those things of like there's definitely not like haha let's hold this back. It was more of okay, we really don't have time to do anything else right now other than let's get this game done and make sure it's good. And then as the idea, like how we figured it out was, so as we're ramping down, fixing bugs and not generating new content, you start slowly ramping up, like, oh, here's some cool ideas for DLC.
Yeah.
And here's this, and what would that be? And what will, you know, what could this DLC be?
That's kind of
that kind of starts happening towards the end of development for us. But yeah, so it's not like we're sitting on it. It's literally being worked on right now.
Any cosmetics or costumes for Fury? I know there's pre-order ones.
The pre-order ones are pretty much the only ones.
Only ones? Okay. When will we see our old friend Wicked K?
But anybody who knows where to find him normally, you probably find him in the same place.
Oh, that works out well. Does the Collector's and Apocalypse Edition include the DLC?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure all the titles of them. I know the Apocalypse one does.
Okay.
I don't know which one the Collector's one is. I think it does.
Can we get a dev confirmation in chat? I can't answer that one for you. What was the most, this is kind of a twofold, it's a little repetitive, but it's got a different take, so I'm going to ask it again.
Okay.
What was the most challenging element to design or that you're the most proud of in Darksiders 3?
Man. Boy. I don't know. I think like the world design was probably one of the bigger challenges, because again, it's we kind of went into it and we gave ourselves some kind of like ground rules, like, hey, you know, we need to make this. We wanted to set out with like a different logic, like people who played like Darksiders 2 could understand, I think, this of sometimes the puzzles were just super contrived and kind of absurdity of like, well, this is how a person would enter this room, is they have to, you know, rotate these 3 statues, push this giant block, and then hit this thing 3 times, kind of thing. And we tried to we wanted to kind of get away from that. Obviously, I'm doing that exact puzzle right now. But at the same time, this one's kind of a throwback to that. But we tried to find ways to ground the puzzles a little bit more, and I think that was a big challenge, because a lot of times we would invent the puzzle in the blue room where it's just like big blue sky, whatever, you push this block and you do this thing, but we try to like, okay, let's ground it in this world to make sense. It doesn't have to be like like this has to exist, but more like Indiana Jones logic is kind of how we approached it. Like,
I like it, yeah.
It doesn't make a lot of sense that there's a giant ball that chases him down when he removes the statue, but at the same time, it's feasible.
Yeah.
In that world, it's kind of that context of like, it still adheres to like the laws of physics and the space. So we try to design puzzles in the navigation through the world that way. And I think also just getting the balance right for the combat, because again, it was a different approach to combat than what we did previously. So that alone meant like we had to figure this out, and like there's not too many guys, or there's too few guys, or there's too many tough guys together, or these guys are all doing the same moves at the same time, and just trying to find that balance where it does feel like challenging but fair. I think that was a big challenge for us, because it again, I think it's the parts where we deviated from kind of what we did in the past, because we do like to do that. Like anybody who played Darksiders 1 to 2, you can see the similarities, but you can also definitely see the differences, and this one I feel is the same thing. There's a lot of the DNA from Darksiders 1 and 2 in here, but at the same time, there's also a lot of new stuff, just because you want to try new things, especially when you have a new protagonist. You have a lot more opportunity to do cool new things.
Cool. When will THQ Nordic finish patching DK2 on the PC? I don't think you can answer that one.
I don't know.
So that's there you go.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's a question for you to take back to the rest.
No, I hear that question a lot. I don't know. And yeah, it's at this point, yeah, it's up to them. I don't know.
60 FPS for normal PS4 or Pro?
I don't think so. I think it's gosh, I can't remember now. I don't think, definitely not on regular PS4, and I'm not sure where we ended up on the Pro.
What do Death and War have to do with this installment, and why do we see them in a cutscene?
So just play the game and find out.
Easy answers. Can we expect to see forests in more open areas?
Is it forests?
Forests.
There is the overgrown city, so there are a lot more open areas. We have shown a lot, I guess. Looking back on it, we have shown a lot of the Hollows and the Nether, which are both underground areas, but there are, I think, at least 3 of the areas we haven't shown are kind of more open air, a little bit wider open spaces.
Okay. Does the Watcher hint you to secrets?
No.
Okay. Somebody said, can you pull up the map? We've already answered that question. Also, I forgot to mention, we're already working with Simon Templeman, aka Kane. He gave his voice to Absalom.
Oh yeah, yeah. The original Nephilim and the final boss from DS2.
That's kind of neat. No, chat. Why does it keep doing this? Okay. There we go. I got back to where I was. Catching up. Yay, more bosses. Have you beaten the game on apocalyptic yet?
Nope.
Have we seen the horse yet? Nope. We're not going to be showing that today. Spaghetti map DLC confirmed. Yes. Will the horse be rideable?
I'll talk about that horse.
Okay.
Sorry.
Then I'll skip that question then too. Is this a place for a horse? Alright, give me 2 seconds, guys. Will there be a chaos form or some sort of Ripper form?
Reaper, probably, I think. But yes.
Yeah, I assume
yes,
Reaper,
Havoc
yeah.
form.
Okay. That's her Havoc form, which we won't be showing. I saw earlier or later in chat, somebody was asking, saying, please don't show it. They want something to not be spoiled about it for it.
Yeah, I do too. I want to try to hold back some stuff, so it's excitement of discovering it in game.
Mm-hmm. Ask him if anyone has beaten the game without leveling up.
Yes.
Oh, dang.
It is hard, and he is a professional, and I think he's going to do a stream here soon. He's
that would be amazing.
He's it was I think at that point he'd probably beaten the game 3 times before.
Holy,
maybe before that.
Okay.
So he knew the game and knew where to get all the good stuff.
Got it.
So yeah, he totally did, but he's got mad skills, so that helped too.
What is your favorite sin?
Man, I really like Sloth.
Okay.
He's pretty funny. We've shown him. I think I really like Lust as well, which we haven't shown. But I don't know. They're all good in different ways. I think like we definitely approached them from like we didn't want them to be like horror or scary in a way. They're definitely comic book type villains. They're
I love
larger
that.
than life.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think they all like, for me, they all like kind of hit different notes that are really good to their characters. And we just had like a amazing like voice actors. Just they really delivered when it came to doing a lot of the voices.
Can we take a closer look at the enhancement you picked up earlier? I assume this was a while back because I'm pretty far behind.
Enhancement.
Let's say no to be safe.
Yeah, you can look at it.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
This is the only one we picked up. This is unfocused fortifier.
What is the function of how pillars, or how the pillars you can give souls to? I've seen those in the Gamescom demo.
Oh, we ended up removing those. You can give them. You feed all your souls to Vulgrim.
Okay. Why was the team size dropped so much? I assume from DS1 down to now DS3.
We're just a smaller studio at this point. We're not. A lot of us worked at video games and were there for a long time, but that company closed, and we ended up starting a new company from scratch.
Oh wow! Okay.
So there was like, I think total like 7 of us started the studio, and there was, I think, day one, I think there was only like 12 of us. So we've been slowly building up to do it. So.
Someone said, "Can I request my Apocalypse edition to be signed by the devs?"
I guess if you're in town, I would not want to see you ship that. That's really big.
What is in the Apocalypse edition?
So the Apocalypse edition is 4 statues of...
What?
Yeah, so they're about this big. So it's all the important characters. You get Fury, obviously, War, Death, and Vulgrim, the merchant.
Well, I've messed up.
Not Strife. I feel bad.
No, maybe next time. You'll get 5 statues.
So you get that, and you get like a medallion and an art book and the DLC in the game, obviously, and a wall scroll, I think. And I'm the worst salesman because I can't remember everything that's in there. It's
okay.
A lot.
Check it out online.
Fan, it's a ton of stuff.
Just Google it.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
I set you up for failure on that one. In fairness.
No, there's just a lot of stuff in it. It's a pretty intense collector's edition.
Does everybody's favorite voice actor Simon Templeton make a voice appearance in DS3?
Is that Legacy of Kain? I'm trying to remember now. Is that Absalom?
Yeah, it's Legacy of Kain. He was the one in DS2.
No. I don't think we got him back. I could be really wrong. I don't think so.
Yo, there a horse. Yes, there a horse. Correct. I'm a fan of Samael. How big is his role?
Samael.
Samael, sorry. Again, I don't know.
That's fine.
I feel bad. How big is his role here compared to the first 2 games?
Oh, we're not gonna talk about Samael.
Okay. Will we get to see or hear about certain archangels, demon lords, or makers? I did notice some unheard characters being mentioned in the description of certain items.
Makers and I'm sorry, what else? Demon?
Hold on, chat keeps doing this thing. Archangels, demon lords, and makers.
If you'll meet them or hear them, which was it? I'm sorry.
Will you get to see or hear more about certain ones? They noticed some unheard characters being mentioned.
Gotcha.
In the description of items.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Some of there's I mean, one thing we do like is getting a lot of lore in the games, and we kind of took a note from the Dark Souls playbook of putting really interesting, intricate information on the items. So pretty much every item in game has a little bit of lore. Sometimes they'll mention characters that exist in the game, sometimes in the bigger universe.
Okay.
There are some other characters we have not shown yet that might fall under those factions you asked about.
Got it. Can the pre-order armors be bought separately?
Not currently. I'm not sure what the plan on Nordic side is for that.
Okay. Will there be the abyssal armor?
That is in DLC 2.
Okay.
And the big reason is because we haven't made it yet.
Fair. How many weapons in total?
6.
Oh wow, okay.
Yes.
Will each environment have their own fitting ambient music?
I can't say 100%. I think a lot of them have their own unique ambience, but I can't say off the top of my head.
Is the horse's name Fear? I had to slip one more in.
Nope.
Any plans to implement RTX ray tracing into the game in the future?
I mean, really, we're using pretty stock Unreal, so if from a rendering standpoint at least, so if that becomes a very easily hooked in, sure, like it's something we could look at. I'm not sure what the requirements are, or performance or hooking up wise, but I love to sign our engineering team up for stuff.
Like a good director would.
You guys can do that, right? It's easy.
It's easy. Is there more to the Wrath fight than what has been shown previously, i.e. he looks like a chump?
Yep.
Are there more weapons in DS and DS2? I guess there's in this one compared to the first 2 games.
So DS2 was a little different because there was basically the scythes and there was the concept of like fast fist weapons and then heavy weapons, and then there was a lot of overlap between the combos. So technically there was more types, I think, in DS2, but they had a lot of overlap. So a hammer would have a lot of the same attacks as a spear, but then they would also have some unique ones.
Okay.
So it's a little hard to say. There's not any overlap with these weapons, so they're kind of each time you get one, it's completely new from a combo standpoint and what it can do, which is cool in DS2 as well. Just being able to kind of, okay, this is a heavy weapon. It kind of plays like this, and oh, cool, this is a new move. So it's from just if I put a list up, it has more weapons. There's more weapons in DS2, but I think there might be more variety because they are standalone weapons in this one.
So, just to let you know, time-wise, it is 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Do you want to go a little bit over and get some of these questions out?
Sure, and we can. I'm almost to the end of this puzzle, probably like 5 more minutes.
Okay, so then we'll go to the. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm trying to get to all your questions, I promise, guys. We are not showing talismans. The game is 15 roughly hours. What is the best action adventure hack and slash game you've played since DS2?
I don't know. Does Nier count? I think Nier's kind of a hack and slash in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think Nier counts.
I like that one a lot. I don't know. I wouldn't consider a Dark Souls or a Bloodborne hack and slash per
No.
se.
3 you can kind of get away with it.
Sort of.
System, we're currently playing on the Alienware Area 51. Talking about the Bayonetta versus Fury. Who wins?
Oh, that's tough. I mean, Fury's technically a mage, and Bayonetta is a witch. I don't know. I do feel like that's a pirate versus ninja conversation.
It does sound like a pirate versus ninja comment. I think I'm getting to where I need to be now. Yes. We're checking through it. Will there be some DLC about Draven, or maybe we'll get a chance to play him? He had a really cool design in DS2.
Not currently planned. He is a cool guy.
Question. Can we see chaos enhancement? Are demon artifacts limited in number like the stone bites in DS2?
Yes, there is a set number of... Wait, what was it again? Demon artifacts?
Demonic artifacts.
Yes. Yeah, demonic and angelic. There's a set number available in the game.
Is Michael Wincott going to return as the voice of death?
Can't talk about that.
Moving on. Do we still have the map, or is it gone forever? I'll let you.
It's gone forever. There's no, or at least in this game, there's no map.
Okay.
So.
The lady and the guy that did the cosplay for Death and Fury looked amazing. Not a question, but just...
No, that's true. They were really good.
What do angelic artifacts do?
They're a crafting item for enhancements.
Okay. Do other horsemen appear in the game?
Yes.
Do you really think a horseman will be without a horse? I don't know. You guys tell me. Is there still finishing off moves?
No.
FPS on console is 30, correct?
I think that's
okay.
Pretty much across the board, I think.
How long have you guys been working on this game?
I think a little over 2 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think. Yeah, that seems right.
I'm so hyped for this game. Played the originals to death and the War Mastered and Definitive editions.
There's no puns there. Those are really easy to say, right?
I was just like, am I reading this right? Like, okay. Okay. What is your favorite game this year?
Oh, man. That God of War is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I don't know. That's probably God of War at this point. Red Dead's pretty good, but I don't know.
It's not on
God
PC.
of War's, I
can't
definitely
pretend.
like that game's up my alley. I like combat games like that.
Fury has a definitive form. Correct? Yes, she will. We're not showing that. I bet after a year or more we will get Darksiders 3 Furious Edition. I've seen that one a couple times. I had to say it now.
I don't know. That's definitely a business question.
Are you happy with the finished product?
Yes, I'm very happy. I'm very proud, and I think everybody at the studio feels the same way. We really feel good about this as a Darksiders game. If it's right in with the other two, I think anybody who likes this type of game or has played the previous games will see the DNA there, and I think they'll enjoy it too.
Cool. Do you take any inspiration for combat from the Devil May Cry series?
Yeah, I mean, originally Darksiders 1 very much inspired by God of War and Devil May Cry. So.
Dylan wants to know, when are you coming back to the office to fix your bugs?
I don't know. I can remotely just sign in and just assign them to you, Dylan. So I think that might work.
The whole development of Darksiders 3 took 2 years, you said?
A little over 2.
A little over 2.
Okay. Time is weird.
2+ years?
Yeah, 2+ years. We'll go with that.
Yeah, that sounds good. Will we play the 4th as the last horseman?
I don't know. Only time will tell.
Dylan says, "Curse you, John," in all caps.
Sure.
DS3 is fire. You guys are going to love it. Furious sounds too plain, needs more puns for the next edition.
Furious, yeah. I don't know. We're taking all suggestions.
Will PC version have locked 60 FPS or unlocked?
I don't know where we landed on that. We were just talking about that the other day, so I'm not sure actually where we ended up on that. So.
Are air combos and juggles going to be a big part of the combat, like in most hack and slash games?
They're there. I don't think they're as much. you don't rely on them as much, but definitely if you like I mentioned earlier, you can launch a guy and pull off some aerial moves on him. I definitely find that actually putting yourself in the air opens you up to be hit a lot more than, because you can't air dodge, you can air slam. Like this is what you do. If you are in the air, you can do a slam down on guys. But yeah, it just kind of leaves you out in the open, being up in the air.
Can we ever expect a Darksiders game where we get to play as all 4 horsemen / women and be able to switch between all 4 given specific circumstances and situations?
Sounds pretty good to me.
That actually sounds really cool. So Darksiders 5, after 4 we get Strife. I'm just projecting on you. I just hope you don't mind. Let me see. What was the main development platform?
I'd say probably PC. We spent the most time on it because that's where Unreal lives, because you can just hit play and pop into Unreal.
Yeah.
So it's definitely most time spent there.
How big is the game? How many gigs?
I think we just released that info and I can't remember. It's over 20.
Dylan.
Dylan, what's the size of the game?
Dylan,
it's
what's the size of the game?
21 to 25 gigs? I can't remember.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Everything's like 60 plus now to get me really upset.
I mean, we can buffer it out if people want, if they really love downloading stuff.
30 gigs.
But we're just really efficient.
Somebody's saying.
So.
Paul's Gaming. I don't know. I don't think he's one of yours. Dylan says 21 something.
Thanks, Dylan. You're pro.
Avengers like DS5 confirmed?
Sure. Sounds good to me.
Let me see. Does your health regen? No?
Not natively. There are things you can do that will get you some health regen.
Tell John that Kirtan says to share the almond milk.
Okay, sure. Just come to the office.
Darksiders will be 15 plus hours, depending on your difficulty. Even though all the stories tied together, will there be a climatic ending to the Darksiders series?
I feel like it's only right if we do that. So
I'm okay with that.
Are hoping this isn't the last Darksiders game, so hopefully people like it.
You need at least 5. You need 4 to get all 4 horsemen.
That's true.
Then you need 5 to play all of them. Yeah. And then you can wrap it up and then do something else. You know, Legacy of Kain. I don't know. All right. I'm pretty sure we hit everything. I have definitely gone over time for sure. But is there anything we haven't covered that you definitely want to make sure that we talk about?
No, I think there was a lot of good questions.
Okay.
So, I mean, really, it just, I don't know, it's the 27th that comes out.
Of November.
Still pre-order. Yeah, November. So this month, 13 days. And it's still pre-order, and I think you can still pre-order the Apocalypse Edition if you want, with those amazing statues. It's pretty much the most ridiculous collector's edition I've ever seen. I'm like, wow, I'm so happy that was made. It's so cool. Especially the Vulgrim statue. I'm really glad we got him in there.
Yay! Well, you needed
everyone's favorite demon merchant.
Where can we find you guys on social media? I heard, you were telling me earlier you guys also have a Discord channel as well? Yes, there's a Darksiders Discord channel. A lot of the devs will pop in from time to time, and that's just it's just the, oh god, I don't know. It's just the Darksiders, however, I think it's darksiders.gg, I think. However, the Discord. Discord.gg /Darksiders. That's probably it then. That's slash Alienware is us. It's super, super straightforward. Social media? And we're Gunfire Game, or Gunfire_games on Twitter. I think Gunfire Games on pretty much most other platforms. Okay. Just look for Little Red Cowboy. Little Red Cowboy. Let me see. Hold on. Let me do Discord. Darksiders, right? Plural? What's that? Plural? Darksiders? Yeah, Darksiders. Yeah, it should be. Okay. Just so we can send some people your way. That sounds good. Hopefully that goes to the right place. We'll find out. Yeah. You know, we don't test these things. We don't test these things. It's fine. Sorry. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm gonna end with this. All right. I just wanted to commend you guys also on one of the best game series of all time that, in my opinion, will have a legendary continuity. Awesome. That's really awesome to hear. Thanks. Well, thank you so much for coming into the studio. I know you guys are local, so thank you. Awesome. Makes it a little bit easier than trying to Discord each other. Like, oh, it's such a pain. And hopefully we'll maybe have you back, you know, for DLCs or a release, or you guys let us know. So for those, I saw a couple comments in chat. They missed the stream. The VOD will actually be going up live. We got you guys. We have all the questions. We've repeated a lot of questions to make sure you guys all got them. But thank you so much for coming in, and all the devs in chat. Dylan says, bye John, love you. I'm your #1 fan. #1
fans. Multiple people. That's Dylan. He's multiple people.
He's multiple people. All right, guys. Thank you again.
Yeah,
and
thanks for having me. It's been a lot of fun. Answering all the questions and everything.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised you could do both. I could barely handle the one. You know,
I've played it a couple times.
Well, yeah, I guess
I'm
a few times. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Friendly reminder for us on our back end, this is the last stream for the week. Umar is out this week, and thankfully, thank you for being so awesome. Normally we stream on Thursdays, but I have an all-day training tomorrow, and I can't wait to do that. So have a great night, evening, morning, depending on where you guys are in the rest of the world. Check them out, Darksiders 3, discord.gg/Darksiders. All right, bye guys.
Bye.
I awkwardly have to get up over here.